Legenden siger, at intet er umuligt for den, der bærer viljen i hjertet. Eller, det var godt nok Thomas Myggen i Fangerne på Fortet, men det passer nu også meget godt på min ven Simon, som i sensommeren i det herrens år 2022 drog til Guds eget land for at finde en guitar. Og måske også finde sig selv. Det her, det er serien om en gal mands håb og drømme. Det her, det er historien om, hvad der sker, når man ikke kan komme længere digitalt. Det her, det er fortælling om, hvordan man omsætter ord til handling. Det her, det er jagten på den gyldne guitar.
Lys derinde.
Ja. Der er Simon taget sin solbrønder af.
Det håber jeg fandme. Nummerpladen hedder It's Fun. Den der lige kører forbi.
Ja. Se, hvordan det føles at være Simon Teisen i dag.
Jeg tror, han er godt med naver på.
Ja, der har vi altså en bil i indkørslen, og der
er lys.
Der er lys inde i stuen også.
Jeg er ringe klokken i det.
Pis.
Prøv lige at ringe til de åbner ikke, men der var en person indenfor.
Okay.
Hvilken er der også?
Ja.
Kan fandme
Det mærkes så.
det kom på tid. Det der sker lige nu, det er, at Simon prøver at ringe til vedkommende. Der er åbenbart en person derinde. Vi kan se, at bilen er der. Der er lys. Nu må vi se, om de har called on the cops.
Det ser ud som om Jay har fået snakket med en eller anden.
Fedt.
A lot of that information he's tracked down via the internet. He's had it. He's sold it. He's making actually a documentary. Yeah, he plays in a band in Denmark. He's a hydrogeologist, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's here with his buddies. I'm a local Edmondite. I used to work at Edmond Music, and we kind of met through there over the internet. And he just wanted to meet you and see if you had any info, and see what we can find. Yeah, it's a lefty gold top. It was a 57 reissue built in 1991. Yeah, I think you're the last known. Yeah. Here, you want to talk to Simon here for just a second? He's standing right here beside me. Sure.
Hi, Simon here. Well, we're making this documentary, and we figured if we want to talk about this sculpture we've been in touch about so many times. I had some goodies for you from Gibson National and Gibson Garage. And, if you want to talk about the sculpture. Well, we have a hotel in Edmond for tonight and tomorrow, and we have no schedule, so we can stay a day longer or maybe two, depending on what suits you. Yeah, over eBay, but I don't have your email, so it's been through eBay messaging. Yeah, I know it's overwhelming, and this guitar has become sort of a quest now, because I've been looking for it for like 16 years now, and you're the last known guy that to my knowledge, had it. No, I've never owned the guitar. But you said it sold to a collector from Texas, a cash buyer, and there I've lost track of it. But now we're making this documentary about trying to track it down, and yeah, I'm willing to give an offer the owner can't refuse for this guitar. No, I've just seen pictures and wanted to buy it when it was for sale. It's like a unicorn hunt. Dane Thompson. Cool, thanks a lot. Yeah, bye.
You want to meet? Yeah.
Well, he's willing to meet in a couple. Just give him a couple of hours.
Ja, hvad sker der simpelthen?
Så sker det, at vi lige har bevæget os ind på en fremmed mands ejendom her i Edmond, Oklahoma. Hvilket er lidt af et sats, og som vi kan se, så er bilen i indkørslen, og der var et menneske bag ruden, der hurtigt forsvandt, da vi kom ind i indkørslen. Meget mærkeligt. Men Jay, han havde nummeret på Chris, og han talte med ham lige i telefonen her før. Og han fik lige kort historien opridset om den her gale mand, der kommer helt fra Danmark for at snakke om en Gibson Goldtop, han havde til salg for 8 år siden på eBay. Og han manglede lidt ord over, hvad han skulle sige til det, og jeg skulle lige give ham et par timer til, og hvad end han laver lige nu, så skulle han lige have et par timer til at samle sig sammen, og det lød som om, han skulle komme hjem. Men han vil gerne tale med os. Han er åben over for det, så det er spændende. Og han sagde ikke noget om i telefonen, at han ikke har guitaren. Så det er jo spændende. Han var ikke afvisende på nogen måde. Han syntes, det lød super spændende. Han grinede også lidt af det hele, og syntes, det var mega fedt. Egentlig, da vi sluttede samtalen, var han var lidt mere tryg i det, tror jeg. Så vi giver ham 2 timer, og så skriver Jay, eller jeg skriver til ham, en sms, og så tager vi den derfra. Så lige nu kører vi tilbage til hotellet, og lige puster lige ud, og så tager vi den derfra. Nu laver vi det her.
Fedt.
Jagten fortsætter.
Ja. Hvordan har du det? Altså.
Ja, jeg har det godt, fordi at han er venlig, og han synes, det er en fed ting, vi har gang i med den her dokumentar, og han er tydeligvis meget fornøjet over det alt sammen. Jeg kunne næsten se ham klukke af grin i telefonen. Så jeg er fortrøstningsfuld, og alt kan ske lige nu, tænker jeg. Altså, jeg tror ikke, jeg bliver skudt i dag.
Ja, det er meget godt.
Ja,
det er altid noget jo.
Ja.
Hvad er det succes?
Så er det en kæmpe succes.
Kæmpe succes. Vi har aldrig været tættere på.
Jeg har aldrig været tættere på, mand.
Sæt mig ikke. Vi sad også bare herinde og holdt vejret.
Ja.
Altså, også da du snakkede i telefon med ham, der rullede Niels lige vinduet ned, og jeg fik sådan zoomet lidt på din ansigt. Jeg ved ikke, hvor meget lyd den har optaget, fordi det var et stykke væk, ikke? Men
det er fedt.
Ja, det er fedt.
De har ikke kunne se noget inden for vinduet. Det er helt
fedt.
Det er alfa og omega, at vi har en lokal mand med som Jay, der ligesom fører ordet i sådan en situation, så det ikke er gebrokken ved engelsk i telefonen, og han tænker, at det er en eller anden gadesælger.
Ja, det skal jeg
Det
sikkert.
er godt i med, så jeg ikke bruger alle mine penge på romkugler. Det er som Jan. Vi ligger lige i sengen og prøver at slappe lidt af. Jeg har lige sådan efter semi-chok-reaktion, tror jeg. Det er sgu lidt syret det hele. tænker, hvad der skal ske, om vi skal møde ham på restaurant, eller om han vil mødes i privaten, eller om han overhovedet vil mødes.
Det er vanvittigt, vi er så tæt på.
Alt kan ske.
Vi er så tæt på.
Vi er så tæt på, ja. Yeah, we're just 5 minutes away, so anything like 7:45. That's in 20 minutes. Cool. Yeah. Well, we'll be there. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. See you. Hej. Vi tager over om 20 minutter på Charlestons og møder Chris. Det der kan det ikke gøres.
Nemt.
Et telefonopkald væk. Så det spiller sig til.
Fedt. Skal vi se, forhåbentlig se giraffen. Nu skal vi selvfølgelig spørge ham, om han har lyst til at blive filmet først.
Præcis. Men, om ikke andet får vi mødt ham, og I får sat ansigt på, og kød og blod. Og, ja. Spændende hvad han er for en. Skide godt.
Nå, Simon Teisen.
Reaction video.
Mens Thomas er på lokum.
Ja. Vi skulle lige komme retur fra Charleston Steakhouse, og vi har spist middag med Jay Stanley, hans kone, og Chris. Chris indvilligede i at komme med til middag. Han kom, og han var super flink, og vi fik snakket om nærmest alt, hvad der vedrører den her Goldtop. Hvad historien var bagved den, og hvad der skete med den, og han var super interesseret i at høre om, hvad jeg vidste om den, og jeg var selvfølgelig interesseret i at vide, hvad han vidste. Jeg fortalte ham forhistorien om den her sindssyge samler fra det nordlige New Jersey, og at jeg så den første gang for 15-16 år siden, og den altid havde, jeg havde aldrig penge til den, når den var til salg, så derfor så var den ligesom sluppet væk. Det var meget interessant, kunne man se. Han købte den på eBay, og han er i gang med at finde, han vil gå hjem og finde auktionsbeskrivelsen. Han lavede en pdf af den, sagde han, for den han købte den af. Han sagde, han nævnte bare navnet Cars and Guitars, som vi også snakkede med Charlie om, men det er altså ikke forhandleren i Florida. Han var lidt, han blev freaket lidt ud, da Jay ringede til ham, fordi at han har tidligere haft nogle lidt uheldige episoder med guitarer, som han har ejet. Han kan også huske, at han skrev i sin oprindelige besked, at han havde en lokal en, der kiggede på den, og det ville han egentlig helst. Han ville helst handle lokalt. Så det forstår jeg egentlig godt. Så det var alfa og omega at møde ham fysisk og og tale med ham, i stedet for at have en korrespondance køre over internettet. Han mener, at han har noget kontaktperson på vedkommende, han solgte den til. Han er opmærksom på, at der er mange penge på højkant for den her guitar. Jeg spurgte ham også, om det er guitaren The One That Got Away, men det er ikke, sådan er den her guitar ikke for ham. Han ville gerne købe den tilbage, hvis han kunne, men The One That Got Away, det er en resonatorguitar, der havde et skudhul i den fra en fucking cowboy-duel, og den havde så meget patina, at den var helt irret, og du kunne høre alle historierne, den guitar havde. Så det er den guitar, som han aldrig fik købt. Han holdt fast i forklaringen om, at det var en en cash buyer fra Texas, der købte den. Og han prøver at skaffe nummeret, eller en mail, eller whatever information på vedkommende. Det er spændende, hvad han får gravet frem. Han vil gerne mødes i morgen, han vil gerne spise middag igen i morgen. Så det var en succes. En kæmpe succes. Igen. Og vi har aldrig været tættere på. Så jagten fortsætter.
Giv det en spejl, mand. Hvad så, Simon Teisen, hvad sker der?
Jeg tror lige at gøre klar til vores middagsaftale, eller vores aftensmadsaftale. Chris har kraftedeme inviteret til fried chicken i privaten. Vi skal være derovre om 3 kvarter. Det er fuldstændig syret. Vi skal se, hvor han bor. Vi skal fandme ind i huset, hvor Goldtoppen har hængt, og måske stadig hænger. Så det er en stor aften. Så jeg er dressed up, som du kan se, med ny skjorte, bolo tie, nye bukser, cowboyhat og
ikke bare en cowboyhat.
Stor cowboyhat, 10-gallon hat og indkøbte fjer fra Stetson Outlet i Dallas. Så det skal se skarp ud. Det er business meeting, det er corporate, det er sådan vi gør her i Oklahoma. Så stor aften, meget spændende, har pengene med.
Hey Simon, it's just a few minutes before you're supposed to get to our house, and I'm really excited to show you the guitar. I imagine you probably suspect I might have it. I'm not so sure, but I'm really excited, and I hope it's all that you had hoped for. So anyway, we're going to see you in just a few minutes. Just shut it on your way in. These are some of my
Wow, I remember that one.
Quite the operation going on here, right?
Yeah, we're in the ice cream mix business.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a great place.
But I drug an amp down here.
Wow,
Throwing a fiddle around. I haven't got any of them tuned up.
You got it. Whoa. You actually have the gold stuff. Ah, that's awesome.
No, really?
That's the one. Ah,
No.
whoa. You got it. Whoa.
No way.
Dang.
No way.
This is mind blowing.
No way.
Whoa.
Did we get Phil?
Yeah.
Man.
Been planning it all night, man. I was waiting for you guys to start an interview or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is crazy. Whoa. I don't know what to say, man. This is insane.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm out of words. This is so cool. Whoa.
And you hit it all the way in the back.
Nice.
Whoa. How are you feeling?
Whoa, you really tricked me. I like that. Whoa, can
I've had it the whole time, man.
You got the
Pick
whole...
it up.
Whoa. Nice. This is crazy.
Oh man, my hair is standing up right now. That's crazy.
That checking, it's unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm shaking right now.
Yeah.
I'm shaking.
Whoa. This is this is just crazy. I gotta swim an acorn. Wow, that neck is it's just perfect. Yeah. It's that
Well-
rounded neck.
But you had a cheeky smile on it. I saw a cheeky smile in the living room. I'm like,
It's really hard to be quiet.
he's up to
I
something.
was like, yeah, guy from Texas, see, you know, his wife, and
I remember Charlie saying you could spend like 6 years driving through Texas.
no, it's
This
huge,
one-
man.
I can't believe this is happening. This is surreal.
There we have it.
Yeah, there it is.
There we have it. Of all the places in the
Yeah.
whole world,
Edmond, Oklahoma.
Edmond, Oklahoma.
Yeah. You can't believe how many hours I've been just watching these photos and scrutinizing every single crack, and it's
Is it what you thought?
yeah, it's so surreal to hold it in my hands. It's and it's so sparkling in the light. I love that. Everything is just perfect about this guitar. Man, this is.
I'm sorry to mess up your trip, man. I know you've been looking for it and everything, but
I'm gonna put it down. It's,
you don't play it? Online, trying to understand who you were, and you're singing that guitar because of who you are. I mean, you've been looking for that thing for a long time, and it was just, there's no way I could let you get out of town without finding that guitar. I couldn't do it.
No.
Yeah. It's about you guys, really. I just really thought it was a cool thing. I like the story.
To play this thing, I like you knew it the whole time, and you had the guitar, and it's.
There's no way I was going to let you leave town without playing it. You know, there was no way. You know, so I was really hoping you guys would be here today, and want to eat food or something. But I figured, I thought, well, maybe they'll break up camera and want to do some sort of interview, and I was going to go through it, and then go, well, do you want to play the guitar? I really wanted, to make sure we got your reaction, which I got here, and you caught it real quick, like the initial, like, holy crap, here it is.
Wow. This is a monster guitar.
persistence pays off. I guess.
guess.
Yeah.
Sure fucking does.
Yeah, you fucking found it.
You
Yeah.
sure fucking did.
What a story.
You've been looking for this thing for a long time.
Yes.
I had no idea. I really had no clue.
No, I didn't.
You know,
I don't think I ever made it clear to you how long I actually tried to find this
Because
one.
and I really don't. Well, I haven't been looking for any guitars and been really distracted in other things in life. So, and I mean, you've been all over the place.
Yeah.
You posted all over the place. I couldn't believe it when I started looking around. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, it would be so cool to see him get the guitar, I mean, it would be so cool.
So yeah, I remember he started posting, I think 3 years ago when the ads went down. And like, oh, I'm searching for this guitar, and like, Simon, just forget about it, right?
Yeah, I remember
forget
that.
about it.
Yeah.
But one thing, Simon, he's persistent. He really is, and this stupid trip,
Well, coming to the States, hunting for a specific guitar is no small task in any shape.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's almost crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
I had my doubts about finding that guitar. I didn't believe it.
No.
I mean, it's almost nuts, especially when you're facing something like Texas.
Yeah. The biggest state.
Good luck.
Yeah.
But you found it. You
I was
fucking
almost-
found it, man.
I wondered if it meant something. Was there some kind of a code to it? Was Texas just the largest state you could possibly? Yeah, the most impossible.
I just wanted to kill off any more. I mean, I
Makes
was
sense.
nervous. We had the police getting a hold of us about guitars.
Yeah.
And I didn't, I mean, you have a bunch of guitars. I don't want to get, you don't want to get robbed. You don't want to,
Yeah.
So I was just like, they're gone.
You had some very bad experiences.
I get that. I totally get
It's
that.
nothing personal.
No offense all.
With your backstory,
And
that makes sense.
Honestly, probably your best shot was what you did, and it's funny because we lead a pretty quiet life. A bunch of people rolling up to the front door is not normal for us.
No.
But really, just your story and your sincerity about.
Yeah,
You
it's been 15 years.
I'd be a real fucking asshole not to let you leave town. Without, I just couldn't do it.
Man.
But yeah, I've had it since 2012.
I remember the auction description. It was one of your messages, and this one in particular was one of your very favorite.
Yeah.
And
I have a trash can over here. Yeah, it's got the pink. It's got your pick guard and all that kind of business in it. But this is how I got it, from Groovy Guitar 10 years ago. And it's been sitting in here exactly like that for 10 years while you've been looking for it.
I love that. This whole time.
The whole time, yeah. So, that guitar right there, I've not really been in the market to sell it.
the gold song.
Yeah, but I will sell it to you if you want to buy it. It has a hell of a lot more meaning to you than it does to me. And had I known how much it meant to you, I would have sold it to you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna know I have it and then show it to you and be like, fuck you, I'm not selling it.
I'm not expecting anything.
But,
yeah.
Anyway, you're welcome to play it, or look at it, or hold it, and, if you want to buy it, I'll sell it to you. We can talk about it later. I'm not in any hurry.
I would like to Yeah, we should figure something out tonight. I think
That's fine.
this has been 15 or 16 years now. So
I went through a hell of a lot with the cancer stuff.
yeah,
I mean, and it fucking changed you, man.
Yeah.
You know, you just start to look at life completely different. Or I did, anyway. And I don't know, there's just such a human aspect to a lot of this kind of stuff. I just think your hunt is like the coolest freaking story in the world.
thanks.
And
That's an honor.
I think it's really cool to be part of it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know you, man, but it was really cool to see you discover that thing. I got it all on tape, so you can see it later.
I came with all the guitars just laid out. That's a bit weird. He planned this. I was like, is there a gold? Well, I was just about to ask, is the gold top out here? I saw a gold top. I don't want to ruin anything.
The perfect Les Paul, right here. The perfect lefty Les Paul.
It's the perfect Les Paul for you.
Yeah,
Always wanted it.
yeah.
Always. I've never known Simon not wanting that guitar.
Yeah.
No, that's
we known each other for a while.
Everything's gonna change now. Like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, exactly.
I really would like to buy this from you if you're willing to.
I'll sell it to you.
Well, it's, how much are you? Okay, cool. We're here with Chris in his home in Edmond, Oklahoma, and Chris, just tell me the whole story about how this guitar came about for you. Where does the 1991 Gold Top start for you?
Well, it started on eBay. Probably a similar place to start it for you. I remember very first seeing it on eBay. It was probably more than I wanted to spend on a guitar at the time, but it was gorgeous. And there really wasn't a gold top on the market that I'd seen that looked like that at all. So I think I went through a few periods of time where I intended on buying it, and you would get to the point and get ready to buy it, and and so I do remember the day that I was ready to buy it, and so I, made screenshots or printed out a PDF of the eBay auction beforehand and printed it out, and I bought it. It was if I remember right, a really easy transaction. Showed up just like any guitar you buy off of eBay does, and it was an amazing guitar. It was resonant, and it really had a Les Paul growl that you don't get in every guitar that you pick up. I feel like with Les Pauls, every one of them has a specific voice, a personality, and this one would just grab you in the chest.
Yeah.
It growled. At the time, I was doing pretty good financially, so I had also bought several other guitars, and it was kind of just in my, arsenal of guitars. We were in the oil and gas industry, and our business began to change, and we had concerns that at some point in the future we may have some financial issues. And so I made the decision to, in case in the future we might need some money, to take a select number of guitars and put them on eBay. that was one of those guitars. I took that right upstairs, right above our head, out on the porch on a summer day so the sun would be able to see the finish. And I took some pictures at certain images and put it up on eBay. I can't remember the original price I put it up on there. I didn't want to sell it at all. I just felt like we needed some insurance just in case. I was contacted by various people on the internet. A lot of people were critical of the imperfections on the guitar. The bridge was too close to the rear pickup. You know, people picked on the way the neck was set, and of course tried to chip the price down based on the imperfections. The imperfections for me were what made it unique. At some point was contacted by someone in Denmark.
That's some crazy guy.
You know, I need to look back at the specifics on the emails. I'm sure I still have them, but
I do.
I talked to my wife, Lisa, and we both were kind of like, you know, it's Denmark. You seemed like a nice guy, but doing an international transaction with a pretty nice guitar. I was concerned that it would get damaged in transit and you would end up with a broken instrument, or that I was just going to get taken advantage of one way or another. I know you'd contacted me a series of times, and within that time, I was diagnosed with rectal cancer, and our lives really just changed. My focus, I didn't even think about guitars or anything that was on eBay or anything like that. I would say I probably even forgot they were there. Had it on a thing where it just relist, and whatever fees were there, I didn't care. Sometime later, I'm trying probably 2018-ish, 2019, we got a knock on our door, and it was the sheriff of our county, and he had a little notepad, and he opened it up, and he was like, "Are you Chris Dickerson?" I was like, "Yes." He's like, "Do you have a Gibson SG walnut?" And I was like, "Yeah." What had happened is, along with the Les Paul that I'd listed, there was also, I think if I remember right, it was an 84 walnut Gibson SG. Had block inlays, and it had its really ugly perloid pick guard that someone had installed on it. And I thought it was unique and cool. It really wasn't the best playing guitar, but I thought it was cool enough that, you know, someone may find interest in it. And someone did, the police. And he said that, well, this guitar has been stolen. I let him know that I had bought the guitar from a man in North Carolina named Tom Tyner, and I had receipts for it. I had, you know, payment transactions, and I'd had it for a long period of time. And that I invited him in. I told him he could look at the guitar, take serial numbers down, but he couldn't have it. I also was able to get the contact information for the police in Louisville, Kentucky, where the complaint was made. I talked to the detective in Louisville, Kentucky, and it was really, if I remember, it was an odd set of communication. He first started out to, you know, almost treat me like a criminal. It's against the law to be possession of stolen property, and I don't know, I guess that might have scared me when I was young, but at the time I was like, look, man, I'm not giving you this guitar. And he really wanted me to talk to the victim who had made the complaint. And he sent me, I don't think it was a police report, but it was the evidence that they had received, videos of the guitar being played in the 90s, photographs that were captured and supposedly enhanced by the police. And I looked at them and it resembled the guitar, but to me there was really no way to prove, like, yes, the SG that I have is this SG. And so I let him know. I was like, I don't see any proof. I'm not handing over my guitar.
No.
And he said, look, the gentleman, he just wants his guitar back. It's something that's really sentimental to him, and I think if you just talk to him and hear a story, that you might change your mind. And so I did. I got his phone number. I really didn't know how the conversation was going to go. I was a little bit stressed out about it. And I signed up for a service where you dial into, and then it calls the number that you want to call, and it records the conversation in the middle. And I'm really glad I did that, because we had the coolest talk. It was, hour and a half long conversation. Man's name is Joe DeBow. He's a blues guitarist out of Louisville, Kentucky. He had little radio shows, played all over the city, and just a really neat guy. In regard to this SG, he had gotten a gig in Louisville. He said it was a low-paying gig, and he felt like the guys he was playing with were kind of sketchy. He didn't feel real comfortable about it. He went ahead and took it, and he went to take lunch, came back, and his SG was gone. I liked the story much like I liked your story. And I don't know, we kind of became friends. He'd call me, and so I'd always wanted just a working man's Fender Stratocaster. I really didn't want to buy one, but I always wanted to run across one. And so I asked Joe if he had a Strat, and he's like, yeah, I do. And I was like, is it important to you in any way or anything like that? And he's like, nah, it's just an old Strat. And I was like, I'll tell you what, if you take that Strat and you sign your name on it in a permanent pin, just like the Les Paul deal, and if you send me that guitar, I'll send you yours. Let's trade. And he was like, okay. And that's what we did. I got this big, horrendously, horribly packed FedEx box that, looked like, a monkey fucked a football or something like that, And I mean, just jammed full of all kinds of trash. But inside of it was this treasure of a Stratocaster that had a drippy, signature. And he's like, I'm so sorry, I never signed a guitar before. And I was like, that makes it even better to me. Yeah. It was the first, Joe DeBow signature, Fender Strat, and I've got it. Yeah. And I feel like the Joe DeBow story has really played into the Les Paul story. Yeah. Because within that time period, you reached out to me and inquired about that Les Paul, because I had removed it off eBay immediately after we had the police show up to our house. My wife was not happy about it, and it wasn't really something that I wanted to invite. I'd never considered the fact I might have a stolen guitar. No. I just didn't want to deal with any problems at all. So I remember when you reached out to me, and I think it was via some sort of auction that my wife had on eBay that was unrelated, maybe a pair of shoes or something like that. And you inquired if I still had the Les Paul, and I said something to the effect that I'd sold it to a cash buyer out of state or Texas or something. Do you recall?
Yeah, I remember I bought a Lego
block separator for like $1. And it was the cheapest item, and I bought it just to get an address. I was like, okay, someday I'm gonna find this guy and talk to him and meet him and make him. Probably we can figure out a deal, or he can help me find the guitar or whatever.
Up on that wall, that guitar is hung in a climate-controlled room, just waiting patiently.
This is so cool. Yeah.
My daughter has a boyfriend. His name is Max, and every time he comes out here, he's going straight to that guitar, wishing that it was a right-handed guitar. You know, and that's the big disappointment when people come around here and they look at the guitars. Is they're like, these are amazing, and you're such an asshole because they're left-handed. You know, I mean, that's the thing with, you know, left-handed guitars. It's like you either need to keep right-handed ones around, or you almost wish, man, I wish I would have learned to play right-handed instead of left. We were sitting in here discussing a work project. I was on the phone with my daughter, and we saw people descending up to the door. And I guess you have all kinds of things cross your mind, but it was like, who the hell is this? Why is there so many people, and why are they staying at the door? Typically, if you have, you know, sales people, they'll ring a couple times and they go away. And I was like, if they persist, I'll go see what's going on. But I don't know why a bunch of people are here. So I saw you guys heading up to the vehicle, and then my phone rang. When I answered the phone, he got my name wrong. I think he said, you know, it was Chris Davidson or Davenport or something like that. And so I was immediately like, whoever is out there is confused. They're at the wrong place, and they just got the first name right. And so I was trying to convince him that he had the wrong person. Yeah. And he persisted. He was like, I have a gentleman out here who has traveled thousands of miles, who wants to speak to you, and you're really going to want to talk to him. And I was like, nah, I don't really want to talk to somebody who's traveled thousands of miles to see me. No, I don't think I do. You know, I mean, his sales pitch was turning me off really fast.
I love this.
And I had so many different things going through my mind. You know, my wife, she's been really into family history, genealogy. She's been talking to people on the internet, trying to find graves for family members and things like that. And I thought, well, maybe it's something that she has been into. And I was like, what is this about again? And he said, a gold top Les Paul. And it just, I had horror, fear, thinking it's a bunch of cops after a stolen guitar again. And why has someone traveled thousands of miles over this damn guitar? And I mean, my wife is standing here hearing me talking, and she's like going, what the fuck? You know, Kate, what's going on? And I'm doing this, I don't know. And Jay put you on the phone, and we chatted a little bit, and I really was super perplexed, just confused, because I was recalling, oh yes, I've emailed with someone from Denmark. I do recall that, and I do have this Les Paul, but it's still just, it's like someone, you know, we have a Martian from outer space. He's landed in your yard, and he wants to talk to you about, you know, a cat you have. I mean, it just made no sense. None. But he mentioned he was from Edmond and he was a local. And I said, look, I'm not home right now. Let me get my affairs in order. And when I get home, I'll give you a call back. And I got off the phone and handed the info over to my wife. And I was like, find out who the hell this guy is. And she quickly discovered pretty quick Jay's connection in Edmond, with Edmond music. He was very tied in with similar teachers with my daughter, and it gave me some comfort. So I called him back, and I inquired a little bit more. Said these guys, they're rock and roll guys, and they're big, and you know, and they're rock guys and stuff, but they're really nice and they're not scary or anything, and I think you'll really like them. How'd you like to go to Charleston's? And we actually love Charleston's, and they deliver here, so we order from them all the time, a couple times a week. So I was like, okay, I'll go to Charleston's. And before I even got a chance to call you, you were like, bam, hey, what time do you want to go eat? You know, and I was like, man, what in the hell is going on? And so my wife and I talked, and Lisa was just very concerned. You know, I'm going off to a restaurant in Edmond. We, 4 dudes from Denmark and someone that knows them in Edmond. I really would like to hear what's going on, and I feel like this is going to be just fine. I really got a sense really quick. I was like, I really like these guys. Cool. You know, I mean, you're super cool. You're genuine, and I called my wife, and I'm like, these guys are super cool, and I got a cool Gibson bag and a T-shirt and some cleaning stuff and a wad of cash. And Lisa's like, cash? And she was like, nobody does that except for you. She's like, you're the only person that I know that does stuff like that. And she was like, so if I weren't married to you, I would think it was really weird. She's like, but nobody does crap like that except for you. And I was like, I think he's just a good dude. He's, wanting any sort of help he can get. He's traveled all the way from Denmark, and any way that he can get someone to get some information to get him to his dream of finding this guitar that I have upstairs. He's going to want to find out. And so when I got home, Lisa instantly started jumping into like, who is this guy? And pretty quick figured out, your last name, started finding like Facebook posts on Les Paul forums, posts kind of all over the place, and put together this story of you hunting this Les Paul and how it was last seen in Edmond, Oklahoma, and it supposedly sold off in Texas, and this eBay store, the Stylish Sisters, and it was like, holy crap, they've been hunting this stuff all this time and discussing this guitar in Edmond. I had no idea. None. I've just been going on with my life with that son of a bitch sitting right up there. And so we stayed up. I, 3 or 4 o'clock talking about everything we pulled together and kind of how we saw it. And I was like, I would like nothing more than for Simon to get this guitar. But I don't really know, like, of a good way to, just to kind of pull it together and make it something that could be really cool and amazing. And I was like, you know, he came all the way out here from Denmark. He's been looking for this guitar for 15 years, and I've had it for 10 of those 15 years. We decided to invite you over for dinner and feed you and get to know you and show you some, you know, hospitality and see if we could make some friends.
Yeah,
you know,
so grateful for that.
You know, I'm not sure I would have considered selling the guitar had you just, you know, called me up or emailed me. It really, oddly enough, took you coming out from Denmark and showing up. This guy is on a mission, and he needs this guitar.
Yeah,
Like, he needs it. He's like, this is his true, like, his infatuative love is this fucking Les Paul. And I have it upstairs. So I got up, we've got a few guys who work for us. I got up this morning and I told them the whole story, and they sat there and they're like, this is the coolest thing I've ever heard. This sounds so cool. And a couple of them hung around. It was almost right before you guys got here. I think they were really interested to see how things were going to play out or whatever. My daughter has been, you know, all night long, you know, like, what's going on? How's it going? You know, what happened? You know, but there's actually, you know, a lot of people that I know that have kind of gotten really interested in your story. It's a cool story. It's super interesting. Nice. And we really wanted you to complete your story, man. I'm excited to be a part of your story. I really am. I'm sorry that, you know, it got drug out for as long as it did, but it certainly wasn't intentional. It wasn't at all.
Makes for even a cooler story.
Yeah, we wouldn't sit here.
I hope we were able to, like, at least put it together in a way that it was, like, really cool instead of just anti-climb. Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah. I mean, you know, we're sitting out here in Edmond, Oklahoma, and we have a pretty scheduled humdrum life, and I just really wouldn't have been able to guess in a million years that we'd be sitting here doing an interview, you know, hawking, you know, gold top guitars over PayPal with some guys from Denmark. You can't make this shit up. No, you can't do it.
No. I'm so glad it worked out, and I finally got to meet you, and you got a friend in Denmark. And
well, you guys all have friends in Oklahoma. You got a place to stay, you got food to eat, you got help if you ever need it, you really do. I don't know, you guys have given me a fresh outlook on just how great people actually are. I mean, I know you guys have maybe, you know, went, well, you know, we've experienced, you know, hospitality or kindness or whatever, but we've received it from you guys as well.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah.
You bet, man. You bet. Yeah.
Nu har jeg lige skulle kommunikere på engelsk de sidste par timer, men nu kan jeg endelig få lov at udtrykke mig på dansk. Og hold nu kæft, hvor er det sindssygt det her. Jeg kan slet ikke være mig selv, altså. Hvad fanden er oddsene for, at vi finder den fucking guitar? Hold nu kæft. Lad os komme ud af deres indkørsel, inden de begynder at tænke, vi er mærkelige, fordi jeg har fået aircon på, mand.
Det er jo ret flot i sin ingenting ved.
Nu har vi åbnet Fort Knox. Nu er vi kraftedeme stukket af fra Aladdins hule med de hellige grav.
Hvad vil sige? Du har ekspertise inden for håndjern.
Lad os prøve at få en monster. Jeg er et vanvittigt menneske. Den her by, den er bygget af drømme, og det her drømme bliver til virkelighed. Det Trump, det er fedt, men det kan stadig ikke hamle op i Bøgeskov Havn. Det traktørstedet Bøgeskov Havn, det er jo ligesom her. Metro! Det er vigtigt med ren underholdning. Kan du se de øjne? Men det føles godt at leve på klods i 5 uger.